Right, I just thought I wanted to get a bit out about the about what an awesome weekend the Gympie Muster was and how awesome it was out there, and yeah, some of the conversations we had, and so inspired by the bush poets that we saw out there, and channeling a bit of Banjo Patterson, I've decided to put a bit of my own take on a bush poem together about the weekend out at the Gympie Muster. Go easy on me. I don't come from the bush, I don't come from a farm. My hands are all soft and clean. I've never written a poem, but I'm having a crack, so I hope you all get what I mean. I come from Sydney, the inner west, let's make that perfectly clear. Not quite the country, all concrete and brick, no chance of dungaree. I'm the son of a nurse, so I know how to work hard. Without her, I don't think I'd be here. So let me tell you a story about the time of my life. The Gympie Muster, 2019 was the year. Trademark's the name and workwear is the game, but it's far more than cotton and stitches. You see, the meaning behind these god-awful shirts will be sure to have you crapping your britches. Mental health? Are you kidding me? What the hell is that? Well, give me a minute, just let me explain. You see, we've got brothers and sisters that are no longer with us, and for them, it's we that need to change. To the Ammermore Creek, our shirts would descend. We hit the dirt. She's a dusty old track. Signs of the Webb brothers were in plain sight. It was me first rodeo, but I felt like I was back. From golden guitars and bars full of bras, we arrived and we pulled up our truck. These bastards didn't know what they were in for. Though to be fair, I thought this is a complete cluster muck. How wrong could I have been as we set up our shop, folding shirts and laying out our table? The unmistakable laughs coming from the bush poet's tent, or were they kookaburras confined to a stable? You'd want to be careful laughing that hard. I poked me head in, and they were all quite old. If you have an accident, let me tell you right now, there is no way I'm getting involved. Day one it kicked off. It was hectic and busy. That's usually how it starts. But never did I think at a country music muster we'd be able to touch so many hearts. We were overrun, shirts from arsehole to breakfast. What were we to do? When a family from Ipswich, without batting an eye, jumped in and joined the crew. They were fans of Trademutt, some of our biggest supporters, but it would have been easier for them to hide. Why did they help us? Why did they care? Little did I know how much they had been affected by suicide. We had mutts running around and people were talking. What the hell is with all these shirts? There were conversations started about mental health, you see. We've got to talk about it, but I know how much it hurts. Too many good souls have left us too soon, and the holes will never be filled. Once we were warriors, but now it's time to change. That old school attitude is the one that should be killed. The music was banging, one thing is for sure. The crowd singing was rougher than rough. But one thing is certain, and I'll say it right here. Casey Chambers, you're pretty enough. The naked farmer was there, and he was cruising around. It was a fully clothed Ben Brooksby. Thank God for that, because one thing is for sure. There was no way I needed a look-see. It was a sea of colour that could be seen everywhere. There's no doubt that I felt proud. You could see these bloody things everywhere. They had it all over the mustard dust cloud. There were hard conversations and people were spilling their hearts. There were tears, but we'll never run or hide. You see, it's better out than in, and there's a lot of people hurting. In Trademutt, you can always confide. We kept it together for 4 days of madness, tired and weary we were. The people we met, the new mates we made, the roller coaster of happiness and sadness. What better way to finish it than with the big fella Brad Cox and his band of merry men? Hunter and Taco, licking guitars, Jacko and Edgeman, 10 out of 10. They were all wearing Trademutt and set the stage alight, but the next bit hit me right where it hurts. Coxie told a beautiful story to the crowd about these funky shirts. He sang about his mate Dolly Everett, who's up there on a butterfly's wings. You would have cried too if you heard just how Brad Cox sings. And so the muster is over, and we've put advocates everywhere. The vibe was high, the mood was right, the message still remains. We owe it to our loved ones, for as long as there is blood pumping through our veins. The message is a simple one. We need to change our tone. And for one of my best mates, and for everyone out there, you'll never walk alone.